Hello friends. So today it feels a bit like the first day of autumn. It's gone a bit more chilly, so I've put some jumpers on to do the yoga today. The yoga sequence that I'd like to share with you is a Dru energy block release sequence, and it's called Be Here in the Now. So they're all moves that encourage us to feel into our body. And how does it feel as you're doing the move? Or just asking yourself, how does it feel in my body to move in this way? So before we begin the sequence, I'd like to share with you something. It's a poem or a reading out of this book by Jeff Foster, and it's called The Way of Rest. And this reading is called Stop, which, even though we're going to be moving in the yoga, it's stopping to allow ourselves to be in our bodies, because it's our bodies that teach us really how to live the best life that we can. So stop. Whatever is happening in the circumstances of your life, stop. Just for a moment. Bring your attention toward the here and now. Let the moment become fascinating. Gently begin to acknowledge what is actually happening where you are. Come out of your conclusions about life, your dreams about past and future, and begin to notice the sensations, feelings, thoughts that are present right here, right now. Let your present experience, sights and sounds and smells, become the most curious dance in all the universe. You are seeing, tasting, touching, hearing the world as if for the first time. This is your Garden of Eden, your messy, intense, joyous and heartbreaking Garden of Eden, and you are awake to it at last. So stop trying to figure everything out. Give in, give up. Give all to the moment's embrace. Fall into not knowing. So thinking about being in the present moment, let's bring ourselves into our physical bodies. So if you're seated, if you would like to come to standing. And we're going to begin in the time-honoured way of just shaking into the body. So feeling your physical body, standing on the earth, on the ground, and feeling as though the earth is sending that energy through the body, right from the feet, up the legs, into the hips, into the shoulders, into the arms, into the hands, into the head. Just really bringing some warmth, some movement. How does it feel to loosen and soften and energize the body in this way? So keeping going for a little while longer, and release. Oh, just notice how it feels to stop, the whole body tingling from the movement. Lovely. And then just to loosen out the different joints, let's circle the hips. Lovely. How does that feel? In this moment, to circle the hips in this way and taking it the other way. These are my hips on the top of my legs. Can you feel it in the legs, in the lower back? And release. Let's bring ourselves into a nice twist of the spine by swinging the arms round, lifting up that back heel. Starting at the base, the arms really floppy. All your awareness in how does it feel to twist my body in this way. Take the arms a little higher to shoulder height. And then above the head. Wonderful. And then back to the shoulders. And then back to the hips. And then let the arms hang down on the floor. The whole body releasing down, and then pausing in that forward bend. Let the head and shoulders release. Breathing in, breathing out through the nostrils. On the next in-breath, bend the knees and uncurl. Extend and come down. Lovely. Let's just move into the shoulders. Some nice shoulder rolls. Loosening out the shoulders. Lifting into the elbows. Stretching out the sides of the body. Lifting the arms even higher. How does it feel to move my body in this way? And then bringing the feet wider apart and focusing on the downward movement of that shoulder circle, squeezing into the lower back. And release. Wonderful. So coming then to stand in Tadasana, in the mountain pose, with the feet rooted to the earth, bringing your whole awareness into this moment, softening the knees and allowing the upper body to grow out of the hips, nice and tall, lifting the sternum, take the shoulders up, behind and down, and let the arms hang carefree from the shoulders, softening the hands and the fingers, feeling lengthening through the back of the neck, soften the features of the face, and just before we move, feel that lift of the crown towards the sky as we breathe in and softening as you breathe out. The whole body standing tall, strong and firm like a mountain. And release. So our first movement is the Breath of Arjuna. So we bring the right hand across and we've got nice soft knees and we lead with the elbows. We lift up on the in-breath and we bring the hands down the side on the out-breath. And then the other hand comes in front and we lead with the elbows. We breathe in and we breathe out as we bring the arms down. So coordinating breath with movement is really calming for the mind, for the nervous system. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, almost feeling the texture of the air on the hands. Opposite hand in front, breathing in and breathing out, and pause. And then we're going to refine that move by just placing the thumb across 3 fingers, so the index finger is pointing forward, and we're going to draw like a circle around the body. We cross the arm again, cross the arms, we lift and we bring the circle down. And we can use this as an empowerment breath. We breathe in and we surround ourselves with light, with love, whatever quality it is you would like more of in your life right now, drawing it up on the in-breath and surrounding yourself with that quality on the out-breath. Filling yourself with inner peace or more joy or more playfulness, whatever it is, drawing it in on the in-breath. And just spreading that quality around you on the out-breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more time, breathing in and breathing out. And pause. And then we're going to come into chair of the heart. So we're going to bring the arms up. And then bring them into Namaste, just above the crown. Keep the shoulders soft. sinking into the knees and raising the hands, but keeping, not sticking the bottom out, sinking into your seat, so lengthening through the lower back, the core's nice and engaged, and then straightening the legs as you draw the hands back to the heart. So breathing in as you lift, and breathing out as you draw down. So how does it feel to move my body in this way? Creating space around the front and the heart center as we lift, drawing back to the heart on the out breath. Breathing in. And we can have a slight bit of pressure between the hands so we can work the physical heart as we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And release. And then we're going to go into the beautiful Anahata breath. Anahata is what we call the heart space, the heart center. So we bring the hands in front of the heart, draw them towards the heart as you breathe in. And on the out breath, soften the knees and take the palms into the space around you. So breathing in and breathing out. And noticing how that breath is so calming for the nervous system, for the body and the mind, by simply breathing in with the hands towards the heart and breathing out away from the heart. Breathe in, if you will, that quality that you would like more of in your life, drawing it into the heart on the in-breath and sending it out into the world around you on the out-breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Breathing in, breathing out, and release. So we're going to move into the spinal twist, and for that we're going to bring our feet a little wider apart, and we're going to pivot. In fact, I think it's easier actually if you pivot 45 degrees with both feet towards the right. So we keep the knees nice and soft and we lift up the arms, really nice soft arms, soft elbows, soft shoulders, and as we lift up the arms, we lift up that back heel just to protect the knees, and then we're going to slide the left hand to the right shoulder as we twist the back. So we're not leaning forward, there's a lovely twist, whole spine twisted like a corkscrew, and then we breathe in and we sweep the arms back to the front, release, pivot on the heels 45 degrees to the left, lift up the back heel as you lift up the arms, and then sliding the right hand to the left shoulder, beautiful twist in the back, breathing in as you sweep back round. Let's try that once more. So pivot on the heels, breathe in, lift up the back heel, breathe out, slide the hand, so left hand to right shoulder, beautiful twist in the back, in the spine, breathe in, come to the front, release, pivot the heels, on the heels 45, lift up the back heel, slide the right hand to the left shoulder, sinking into the knees slightly, beautiful, so you're squeezing out any tightness in the spine, and breathe in, come back to the front and release. And then we're going to do some arm rotations. So we're going to bring the arms in, so shoulders, elbows and wrists roll in, head comes down slightly, the spine's rounded, and then we open out the other way. Beautiful. So we roll in, roll the arms in, and then we bring the arms out. And if you fancy, you can go onto your tiptoes. So we roll in, beautiful, and we roll out. Lovely spinal wave for the back, the whole of the body. Breathing out as you come down, breathing in as you expand and open. One last time, breathing out and breathing in. And release. Give yourself a bit of a shuggle. And then coming down into standing cat. So it's quite handy. We can do the cat on the floor, we can do it on the chair, we can also do it standing. So the feet are hip width apart and we bring the hands above the knees with the fingers facing in. I'm going to go on my side. And for this we have a flat back. So we create that cow-cat-like move by lifting the tailbone, dipping the mid-back, lifting the chest and looking ahead. And then as you breathe out, drawing the tailbone in, rounding and lifting the upper back and chin to chest. So breathing in, tailbone lifts, we drop the vertebra one at a time, lift the chest, look ahead, out breath, we tuck tailbone in, round back, chin to chest. Just continuing for a few more rounds in your own time, feeling that segmental movement of the spine, beginning at the base and moving up to the crown. Beautiful. One last round. And then coming to front. And this is a lovely move. We're creating a twist and an inversion in the back. So we drop one shoulder to the midline and we look up above the other shoulder and we keep the knees fairly stable. We breathe in as we lift. We breathe out as we drop the shoulder to the midline, look up above the other shoulder. Wonderful for the health of the back. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, drop the shoulder to the midline, look up above the other shoulder. Breathe in, lift. Drop the shoulder, look up. And then come back to center. If you want to cross the forearms and then allow yourself to hang down. If you know that your head shouldn't be below the heart, then keep the hands on the knees. Otherwise, cross the forearms and allow the weight of the body to descend through the crown. And then take one elbow to the midline, release back up, opposite elbow to the midline, not worrying about the head this time, lift, drop down and lift, drop down, lovely. And then just release the arms and let the whole body hang down in a very soft forward bend. And then in this position, zigzag out the feet to come into a wide stance forward bend. And from here, we're going to go into the lovely heaven and earth stretch. So if the left hand is on the floor in the middle, then we unfurl the right arm. Beautiful. Opening through the chest. If you prefer to do this with the hands on the knees, it works exactly the same. Opening at the arm, coming down. So if the right arm is lifted, then we slowly bring the fingers back down to the floor, and then we unfurl the left arm like a wing. On the out breath, we bring the fingers to the shoulder and then back down to the floor. So just continuing with that beautiful stretch and twist through the whole back. How does it feel to be in this moment? Stretching the body in a beautiful heaven and earth twist. Oh, beautiful. That feels so good. Breathing in and breathing out. And then zigzagging in the feet. And if you're happy to, coming into squat. You can either have full squat or you can have a lifted squat. If you're in full squats, we're going to take one foot, one leg out with the toes facing forward, just to stretch this hip adductor. If you are lifted, we can stretch it out like this. Wonderful. And so we bring that foot back in, take out the other foot. So take out the leg and the foot's facing forward and feel that wonderful stretch in the hip adductor here. Let's try that again to the other side. And if you want to lift up the foot, bring your arms over that leg and bring the body down to stretch the hamstring. You can point and flex the toe. If you are lifted, you can turn to the side, bring the hand to the bent leg and stretch the hamstring like this. And then bring that leg in, take the foot out to the other side. Come onto the back of the heel, bring the hands over the leg and stretch the hamstring. If you are lifted, you can stretch the hamstring like this with the hand on the bent leg. And then bring the feet back in. And then bring yourself on the floor along your mat. And we're going to take the hands behind and flick into the legs, just relieving any tightness in the legs. I'm moving into one of my very favourite yoga postures. Is the sitting forward bend. Now you may find that it's better if you place a cushion under your tailbone in order to create a better lift in the spine. So we lift the spine through the crown and we bring the arms up the side as we breathe in and bring them, breathe out as you bring the hands down. Let's try that again. So we breathe in, lift the hands up the side, breathe out, come down. And to move into the sitting forward bend, we breathe in as the hands come to the heart. And then we turn the palms away and we hinge forward from the base. And then we extend the arms. Now it's not a competition about how low down you can go. And then you release the torso, the head and the arms. And then very gently uncurling the spine as you bring the hands along the legs but not touching on the in-breath. A beautiful uncurling of the spine. So we breathe in, turn the palms away, hinge forward, and then taking the arms forward. Feel that lovely stretch in the lower back. Release, pause. On an in-breath, uncurl. Bring the hands up the side of the legs. How does it feel to move my body in this way? Hinging forward on the out-breath, extending. So keeping that lovely movement going. Just entering the flow of the movements, coordinated with breath. Notice how that nurturing that feels. It's a lovely massage for the abdominal space as you uncurl. So we stretch the back. And then as we uncurl, we massage. We draw in the core slightly to massage the abdominal organs. Breathe in. Extend, breathe out. Drop down, uncurl, breathe in. And release. Just pause there. So from here, we're going to go into the bridge, and in Dru, we have a graduated bridge, which is marvelous. So if you would like to come to lie on your back with the feet on the floor, I hope everything's still all together. Just let the back settle on the floor for a moment. And then gently pressing the mid-back into the floor and release to the natural curve as you breathe out. So just some vertical rocking of the back on the floor. And then we begin the graduated bridge by lifting the tailbone off the floor as we breathe in, and then placing it down one vertebra at a time on the out breath. And slowly with each in-breath, we unpeel a little higher up the back, the lumbar spine lifts. On the out-breath, we see if we can place it back down one vertebra at a time. So you can imagine that the back, the spine is like a bicycle chain. And we're placing the chinks back down one at a time. On the out-breath, and we lift in a little higher on the in-breath. So the benefits of this movement is in the process. It's not in arriving somewhere. We're giving the back and spine a wonderful massage, stimulating the spinal nerves, which in turn send a fresh blood supply around the body. So unpeeling, you may almost be between the shoulder blades by now, replacing, just enjoying that lovely move. And at some point you may find that you come into the full bridge. You don't have to, you can keep the movement flowing, but you might want to pause here, feeling that contraction in the thighs and the buttocks. And when you're ready, replacing the spine back down on the floor. Feels so good. And as a counter posture, pulling the knees into the chest, hugging the knees in and gently rocking from side to side. Place the feet back down. And then we're going to lift one arm over the body and roll over so that we're lying on our front. And we're going to come into Sphinx posture. So for the Sphinx, this is what the Sphinx looks like, but I'm going to take you into that a stage at a time. So forehead on the floor, thumbs in line with the eyes, and just rocking through the buttocks, just checking everything is soft in the legs and the buttocks. And then we focus on the spine. Awareness moves from the base up the spine, and then we slowly roll the nose along the floor, lift the chest, pushing into the hands, and then drawing the elbows in, placing them under the floor, under the armpits, and then lifting the chest. But feel that lengthening in the back of the neck. So either with the eyes closed, we're gazing at Ajna, the place between the eyebrows, or we're looking at the floor just about a foot in front of us. We're not pushing the head back, we're extending the spine through the crown. So pausing there, feeling that lovely stretch in the front of the body as well as the back of the body. On your next out breath, releasing the elbows and placing the forehead back down on the floor. Let's try that once more. So awareness moves from the base of the spine, rolling the nose along the floor, pushing into the hands, lifting the chest, tucking in the elbows, placing them under the armpits, and then lifting the chest. Beautiful, regal Sphinx posture. Taking some mindful breaths there, bringing yourself into the present moment. And then on your next in-breath, releasing the elbows, placing the forehead on the floor. And then finally, to finish this sequence, coming into the crocodile, separating the legs as wide as possible with the feet pointing out to the side if that suits you. If you want to cross the hands and place the forehead there. If it's easier for you to place a cushion under your hips, that of course is great. However that works for you. And as you lie in crocodile, let everything relax and release. Relax the tailbone, the spine, the shoulders, the face, the head. And just paying attention, giving all your attention to the in-breath and the out-breath, and that wonderful movement in the belly space. The belly expands on the in-breath and softens back on the out-breath. Bringing yourself into this present moment, allowing the body in this relaxed master posture to absorb all the benefits of the movements we've just been doing. And then drawing the feet together, bringing the hands down the side of the body and gently pushing yourself up into pose of the child, however that works for you. Some people like to have wide knees and a pillow between their knees, or knees together. And again, surrendering the body into this position and noticing where the breath moves in the body in this position. Softening the spine, feeling that lengthening in the lower back, softening the features of the face, softening the wrists and the hands, softening the feet and the ankles. And whenever you're ready, uncurling the spine to come to sitting. I hope you enjoyed this sequence. If you'd like to finish off with a relaxation, you can find that on one of our other videos. So this sequence is Energy Block Release 2, if you follow Dru's sequences, and it's called Be Here Now. So I hope that has helped you bring some softness into your joints and softness into and peace into the mind. Namaste.